Hey, everybody. Looks like we're live. Welcome to Rockin' Chair. I got a new guitar, 110 bucks, used. Uh, it's a Washburn. Wanted to get something to have a nylon string. I've had one before, but this one has all the built-in stuff, so I can use it through an amplifier. I'm not going to do that today, though, but pretty stoked about it. It's kind of fun to have a cheap kicker around her. I have stupid people living next door to me who like to fight all the time. And they're doing it right now. So I've been late getting to the live stream because I don't want to do an episode about domestic violence. Of which, yeah, there still seems to be. My experience with these people has been that you know, her kid, they're having problems. The cops have been called numerous times, not just by me, but by other people. And they tell us that we're Karens, basically, and that there's nothing we can do about it. So I've resorted to opening up the window and shouting insults until they stop. Which is not how I really want to live, but that's what extremely selfish, entitled people like them do. It's the kind of repercussions that these things have of making people do things that they don't want to do. It's a bummer. Anyway. Let's get into it. We got, first of all, today we've got the return of Steve Cleveland. And Russ Miller is going to come over. Patrick Harry is going to come over. And we're going to do some jamming. This Wednesday, I'm going to try to see about doing the first, hopefully, of many Wednesday Thump Day Guitar Summit. Let's make that 5 to 7, shall we? Yeah, so on Wednesday, I'm going to start doing the 5 to 7 Wednesday Thump Day Guitar Summit. I'm just going to email a whole bunch of guitar players that I know and start up a thread and see who shows up. I think that'll be a blast. Some of the conversations that I have with the musicians that come over here have been all of the guitar training that I've officially taken in the past, well, ever. I've always just learned everything from people that I play with. I've had a handful of lessons. I had drum lessons on and off for 6 months, and that's about it as far as formal training that I can think of. I guess I did also have a handful of lessons that I paid for with Jason McGurr, who went on to become the drummer for Death Cab for Cutie, and he's a fantastic drummer. You kind of can't believe what that guy can do, considering that, you know, in Death Cab it's all meat and potatoes, you know. Yeah, so Guitar Summit Wednesdays, looking forward to that. Today, though, getting the band back together Steve Cleveland's gonna join us, and it's gonna be fun. Dates coming up. I got the Imperial Bottle Shop with a Big Bossa, 7 and 9. Big Bossa's got a really awesome vibraphone player, Evan Scholes, and we're going to be joined with Patrick Harry on bass, Nova singing, and probably Clark on guitar, although I'm not sure about that. August 25th, Bethel Lutheran, 4 to 5. Northwest Tempo, those shows are fun. That'll be with Adrian Baxter on saxophone, so that's exciting. Those are open to the public. Feel free to come on out. It's not a sermon so much as it is people sharing poetry and sharing music and sharing a lovely space together. I really like how they've treated us, so it's been nice. Actually, I'm also playing with, speaking of church, I'm also playing drums and bass, kind of alternately, whatever they need, for One Hope Church on Sundays. What is it? 11 to usually 1, something like that. So come on out for that. That is a sermon, very much so, and it's some really fun music that we play throughout the day there. All right, September 7th, playing at the Mock Crest Tavern with Sharkskin Review. That's Johnny Ward's band. Perhaps Steve Cleveland joining us. Hank Hadid. I'm playing bass, electric bass. So I'll play some of that Monk Raw material today, just for fun. I found a clip of us playing shortly before Steve went to the hospital the first time, and band sounds pretty good. It's cool to hear harmonica playing Thelonious Monk. Also on September 7th, earlier in the night, so this is from 9 o'clock. I always forget something, don't I? 9 to midnight. Mock Crest. There it is. And earlier in the night, from 5 to 7, I have Ardiri Winery with Larry Munson playing guitar. I'm going to be on bass. I know that's a little unclear there what I wrote, but Ardiri Winery, Larry Munson, and Jesse. I don't know Jesse's last name. Playing at Ardiri Winery. I'm going to be playing bass with them. That is gypsy jazz stuff. They like to play a lot of really cool kind of samba, bossa nova rhythms. They like to change it up, so it's not all jank. My ex-girlfriend called it jank music. All right, September 9th, I'm playing with the Newport Nightingales. I think I'm still unclear on the time. I imagine it's evening. If anybody is interested in cobbing, get a hold of me. It's really fun to do. It's educational. If you want to come out there, David is a really fantastic teacher. And you can cob with us, which would be a tremendous help for us. and learn all about the process, how it works, the science behind it, how it becomes a geopolymer, and it's a really fun way to spend the day. I'm going to be trying to finish up what we've been working on before the summer is over, and yeah, I've had some new ideas for just for fun things I might do. I realize that my music tastes are completely schizophrenic when I look at the recently played. So I've been kind of going back through my list there and looking at recently played, and it's a combination of horror and embarrassment of some of the stuff that I listen to. I think that'd be fun to kind of share that stuff. Today it went back and forth between Vampire Weekend and Motorhead a bunch. I was looking at it going like, huh, that's weird. But yeah, Vampire Weekend, there's some drum parts that they have, especially on the first record, that are just so cool and like great for teaching. I have a student I think would be perfect for Oxford Comma. But yeah, they were a funny band, kind of yacht rock of the 2000s. All like first world rich people problems. All right. So let's see. Yeah, let's get into a little bit of a lesson here, and then I'll play a video of me playing with the. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Last night I had a really fun show. A couple of actually. My Sunday was full. It was really fun. I played at the Milwaukee Farmers Market from 10 to 1, 3 hours, went by like nothing, playing with a great quartet with Patrick Harry and Fred Ingram and David Weatherby on trombone. So drums, bass, guitar, trombone, and it was a blast. Just a really great market, really good times. I think Milwaukee Farmers Market is probably one of the best markets around with all the real stuff. No kettle corn. Actually, I think they do have kettle corn, but they also have like everything else. A lot of fresh organic vegetables, local stuff. Not so much into the kind of trinkets and things, although they have that too. I really like places that just specialize in the food, the good foods. But yeah, then later on I played with Smut City Jelly Roll Society at Aztec Willie's, and that is a fun place to play. Lots of really cool like Latin DJs that play there, and I've gone there and danced a couple times. It's a cool scene. There's they're getting really deep into some Latin rhythms and stuff that I really appreciated. I like live music because I play live music, but a DJ playing the hits can be a lot of fun too. So anyway, Aztec Willie's, yeah, that was cool. Let's see, can I bring some of that up? I'll get into the lesson first. So I've been doing these 3-note voicings. I think we've been starting from F and going up from there, right? So it's here. I'll bring the camera down a little bit. So you can see you got a 3-note voicing, real pretty. 1, 2, 3 right there, right? Going up. So we're following the D string up here and just going. Right. Just watching my hand on the screen, that's kind of a trip. That's why I recommend playing scales up one string, because once you can see it up one string, getting the other fingers to go with it gets a lot easier. So here's in the key of F, doing a triad, 1, 3, 5, right, on the D, G, and B strings. So, if you look at that chord that I did right before the tonic there, right before I got back around to F, there's that one chord shape that's a little different than the other two. Normally the minor is like this, but that note isn't working the same way in this key. So you got to go back to there, and then you're back to F. So today, let's play that from G. Right? Yeah, I really like this guitar. It has the cutaway. I can actually get way up here on a classical, which is unusual. So, the reason I'm having you do it in G today is because I want to try and take us into the key of E minor. Okay? Right here, open strings, you probably know a big E minor chord. If you just subtract the E and A strings, you've got this little 3-note thing right there. Right? Now you go up to the half diminished right away, right? Because that's the chord right before G, right here, right? 1, 3, 5 in the key of G, coming back down to. It's also one of the prettiest sounding chords too in there, to me anyway. And we're back to E minor. So that little high note I'm adding there is the 7. So right, but you don't have to play the whole thing either for it to really get a feel for that minor key. Bass. Right, I did up the one scale, down the next. Right. So you start getting some ideas going really quick when you get those 3-note voicings down. Let's take a look at some of the show from last night. This is kind of fun. We were playing without a bass player, which is I think a financial decision the band has made to play with 4 people, and let's see if I can get this going. Yeah. Put that in there. There we are. And you can see that Chelsea always just brings the show no matter what's going on in the place. There's a little bit of a half house, but yeah, Doug just sounds so good. You can't see it there, but Chelsea just jumped off and danced for the whole for the whole solo, and then jumps right back on stage. Shoehorn seems to be having some sort of conversation with himself.
We want to thank Aztec Woolies for having us here, and
That's amazing. This was she had just had like she just it was the first kind of few days out of bed from after she had COVID. Still pull off stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, what a fun band. Yeah, what's cool about Doug is that he'll let you kind of do your thing. He doesn't bother you too much about what you play, and lets me do my thing, even though it's might be quite a bit different than what Charles would do on a certain recording. I did try to mimic some of the ways that Charles plays when I'm playing drums with that band, because I figured that they'll have an easier show if I play something that they're familiar with. So there's some kind of cool things that Charles tends to do when he's drumming in that band. In particular, he'll drop in kind of a halftime backbeat to whatever the tempo is. So you'll notice on there that there's a lot of, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I was playing the snare 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. So here's a recording of Monk Raw at Oblique. I'm not sure on the date on this one, but I had it lying around, and this was something that had Steve playing. Before his first time in the hospital. Oh yeah, let me pause this real quick. Update on Steve. He played his first show since the stroke, which is amazing. And it was a pretty intense experience. He didn't tell me that it was intense, but it was intense, I think, because he had to go all the way out to Mosier. He's playing for 2 or 3 hours, I think 2 hours. And he played the whole time. And I'm sure he sounded great. When he played, when we played a few songs together, I thought he sounded great. It seemed it was taking a lot of his focus, but he is just really quickly able to get through that and playing great. So, cardio version on the way. So that'll be good to get that taken care of. The last real problem that he has is the arrhythmia. So if that is addressed and that is actually like taken care of, then he'll be like, yeah, cooking with gas. So here's Monk Raw at Oblique. I'm reminded listening to that bass solo that electric bass is a totally different instrument than stand-up bass. The type of solo that I would play on it is, you know, you can get away with all these cool chords and stuff. Anyway. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for joining me. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your week, and stick with me. We got 4 o'clock today. Going to be having a live stream again with some more tunes, with the usual crew. Russ Miller on guitar, Steve Cleveland piano. I'm going to be playing drums and Patrick Harry on the bass. So stick with us, and then later on this week I'm going to do the first Thump Day Guitar Summit. Alright everyone, take it easy. Thanks.